here. Thank you very much for inviting me, Lydia, to share with you something. Where I work in Dandora Police Station, we have a gender desk office. We provide the privacy for our clients, ranging kutoka watoto, uende kwa wanaume na ladies. So hiyo cases ni mingi sana huko kwetu, but we have looked for a way to provide them the conducive environment where wakikuja they are handled well. Tuko na hiyo karum kadogo, hata wakati una report such cases, tuko na sodomy, we have indecent assault, we have na hizo cases zingine. So in Dandora Police Station we have such cases, and when we receive that cases tunakupokea kwa ile ofisi tumepewa na with the government, with the support ya a certain organization kina Lydia. Na ukikuja hapo si lazima uende ureport kwa ile reporting desk. Tuna maelewa ile yetu. Zile watu wamejaa, kuna mlevi hapo, kuna kila mtu hapo. Lakini when you come to Dandora Police Station or any station where we have the gender desk, wanakupokea in a private room. Mahali unaweza report your case in a private place. Mahali unaweza talk to a specific officer, because in our station nowadays tuko na specific officer handling such cases. Hello? Tunasikizana? Yes. Haya, also in such station or in my department where I handle such issues, tuko na wale watu wako affected na HIV/AIDS wanakuja kureport. We don't discriminate them. Kuna wale watu wa LGBTQ, they report such cases when they are harassed, na tunaendelea kuwapokea, na we handle their cases with care, with privacy. When you report your case, si lazima, yani when you report your case to agenda office, kesi yako haitasikika na mtu mwingine.
Semi, how are we feeling right now?
Happy!
As we have this conversation, as somebody said in the morning, we are all working towards the same goal of improving sexual reproductive health and services for right holders in our diversities. So we are going to have a panel discussion and covering a bit of just one question for each of our guests today. And then we'll open up the floor to you for discussions, for comments, and for any questions that you might have.
Hello everyone. I'm Dina Ouko, healthcare provider based at Dandora 2 Health Center, that is 41. Mostly working in the field of HIV treatment preparation. Thank you.
My name is Morino Gutu. I'm also a healthcare provider and also a safeguarding officer.
Good morning. My name is Emilio Nyabende. I work in Nairobi City County Government. I am Embakasi North Sub-County, coordinating community and services. Pleasure to be with you here today.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Charles Mtua from Ruben organization. I'm the chairman of the Shima Disabled. So maybe I try to answer any question that maybe you have concerning persons with disability. Thank you.
Thank you. You are
Good morning. Yeah, my name is Felistas Musioka. I work for the county. I work at the county level. I am the head division of health emergencies and referral services.
Health again at the county level. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Charge introduce again.
Hi, Saseni. Na mimi naitwa Esther, venye nilikuwa nimejintroduce. I work with Afosi as a project manager for the WILID program.
So my question for you, for young women living with HIV, adherence to treatment and maintaining a healthy lifestyle can be challenging. As an adherence counselor, what advice would you give to recipients of care? First of all, who are recipients of care and what advice would you give to them? And then you will tell us what are treatment interrupters and how do they affect one's vital load.
Thank you so much, Anne. Like I said, I'm Dina. So I'll start with the recipients of care. So recipients of care, those people who are on treatment, the young people living with HIV, like Anna said, the question, it's very challenging sometimes having a healthy lifestyle because it isn't easy for them. So my advice to them would be self-acceptance. That's the first thing, first things first. So the moment you start your medication, we deal with adherence. What is adherence? What is adhering to something? It's sticking to something without living it consistently. So like your doctor will tell you, please take these meds 1 times 1 every day. So you need to stick to that and adhere to that daily. When it comes to medication of ARVs, we always work with time. So your doctor will tell you, choose your time which is best for you. They want to choose time, not the doctor to choose the time for you. So it's you to choose your time to when you will be taking your medication. Then now we have treatment interrupters. What is the meaning of interrupting? Interrupting means starting something, then in the middle you stop. So we always call them IITs, interrupters in treatment. So those guys who started their medication so well, then along the way, due to various challenges, they've got their own reasons, then they decided to stop taking their medication. Now we'll call you a treatment interrupter. Now, interrupting treatment is not good because this might lead to your health going down. So, for every time you start your treatment, for the first 3 months you take your medication, they will do a viral load. So the viral load should always read at 0. We call it LDL, low detectable level. If you stop your medication, of course it won't be at 0. This will make your viral load go high. Then the moment your viral load is high, you are now welcoming other diseases. We call them opportunistic infections. They will take advantage of your immunity being low, and so most of the diseases will attack you.
So the second question goes to you, Maureen. Yeah, so as a safeguarding officer in a facility, for us now, being that we work with the, here we have right holders, LGBTI, persons with disability, and persons living with HIV. This is a very crucial group that when it comes to their safeguarding, we have, even as we implement the WeLead program, that is something that we have to have in place at the first time. So as the safeguarding officer, what I would want you to tell us what safeguarding entails in detail, and also what are some of the barriers at the position where you see it. What are some of the barriers that you face in regards to the safeguarding, and probably what measures could we take to ensure that this is put in place at all levels, and especially on a facility level, because I know that is your role. Yeah.
I'll start with the safeguarding context.
Yes.
What it means, it's about protecting them from humiliation and stigmatization. So it's first you have to uphold the rights, and then the next one you have to protect them. So that's what safeguarding is all about. It's about protection and not making them to feel like they're less valued in the community. The barriers that we get is, one of them is about the culture. Some of the cultures still do not accept. For example, the LGBTI. So some cultures do not accept. 2 is the stigmatization, and the third one will always about be discrimination. So they will always be discriminated. How to put in place? One is to have policies. Policies will always help and know the way forward. Another one is always about health education and sensitization to the community. That will bring the culture, will drop the cultural shock. So that means we'll bring the religious leaders, we'll bring the wazee wa mtaani, the barazas. All that will always be helping us to protect them. And also by protecting them means they have to enjoy life and also to uphold their life.
Thank you so much, Maureen. And now I move to Emilio. It's your time to shine. Okay, so my question for you, and I will start by saying that often right holders, and when I say right holders, I mean them, have to deal with commodity stockouts, especially for persons living with HIV, also for LGBTI. For the longest time, we do not have contraceptives that are geared towards persons who are with LGBTI. So high healthcare costs also is a challenge. Stigma that we mentioned right now is also a challenge, and other barriers, particularly at the health facility. Can you tell us about the procurement process, first of all, for HR services? Because sometimes we advocate, but then we are told that's not where the gap is. It's not at the county level, it's not at the facility, it's not at the county government level, it's not the national government. So can you please explain to us about the procurement process? No, tukienda kwa facility pale kwa community, how does that process go? So that tukikosa something, who do we go to? So, and then what measures as a county government, Nairobi, put in place to improve service provision for young women right holders in facilities? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the question. So as I said, my name is Emilia. I work at the sub-county level. So I want to start with the commodities. So what normally happens is that we have our facilities, but of course I want to start with the organogram at the county level. Of course we have the county health management team, we have the sub-county health management team, and of course after that we also have our facilities. And there at the facility level, that's where in terms of generation of request for commodity starts. So generation for request for commodities does not start from the up level, it starts from down level at the consumer level, because at the facilities this is where the grants come, this is where the right holders come to seek services, and this is where they're given dispensing of these commodities is being done. So at that level, under the leadership of the facility judges, on quarterly basis, they normally make requests. This is a request for commodities, and request for commodities, SRH commodities, HIV commodities, and all that is being done at the facility level. Once it's done at the facility level, it is the requests from facilities is being sent to the sub-county level, and at the sub-county level is being aided by the sub-county pharmacist, and therefore is able to combine that request from facilities, and it's being sent to the county level. Then from the county level, they are also able to combine the requests from different sub-counties, requests from facilities, and it's being sent to KEMSA. Then now from KEMSA, and that's when we are able to receive commodities. And once the commodities come, they just come now direct to the facilities, and those commodities are entered, of course, the PIN cards, and therefore requests are being made from the pharmacy departments, and those commodities are being utilized, and of course, and vice versa. So when it comes to now these challenges of commodities, of course, we can all agree that previously we have been having challenges in the previous government. Remember, like in Nairobi, we also had the NMS, Nairobi Metropolitan Services, but now under the current leadership of Governor Sakaja, we can say that at least all our facilities have been replenished with commodities on a quarterly basis. And these requests, as I've said earlier, they are being made from facilities to sub-counties, and then from sub-counties to county level, and then now from county level they are able to make requests direct to KEMSA. And the KEMSA, this is a government agency that deals with ordering the procurement, and they are the people who normally supply commodities to our respective facilities.
Like we do not have like a particular service or a particular commodity at the facility. And then you have said it's a quarterly basis with Sakaja's government. I would want to hear from you if that is your experience as well.
Quarter, like now after 3 months, the first quarter of the year starts from July 1st to September 30th. And then the second quarter starts from October 1st to December 31st. Then the third quarter starts from 1st of January to 30th of March. And of course now we are in the last quarter of the year, which started in April 1st and which is ending 30th of this month. So much what normally happens is that, of course, at the facility level, we have an authorized person who normally make the orders, of course, through the direction and the leadership of the respective facility charges. What we normally do, they do what we call forecasting. Forecasting means in this past quarter, what are the number of patients that were able to receive this particular service, and therefore they are able to know that this is what we expect in the coming quarter. But of course, they normally have the buffer meaning this is the expectations, but of course we might exceed that expectation, so we are able to order at least an extra quantity, so that at the end of the day, you find that within this particular quarter, we have been able to serve our clients. But sometimes, due to dynamics of Nairobi, we all agree, sometimes the dynamics of Nairobi, we have Nairobi's like people, they come, sometimes we have visitors here with us, and when visitors come, sometimes they're sick, so sometimes we can have that stock out, but it's on a minimal basis.
Thank you so much for that. I think we are moving on so well. So the next question goes to you, Felistas. Now, understanding the unique needs for our right holders being represented here, which at time pose a lot of challenges in the emergency health services because they face the intersectional barriers that complicate the emergency referral system. What specific policies are there currently that are being implemented that guarantee the emergency health services for this right holder?
Thank you so much for that question. We all know about the Constitution of Kenya 2010, and it talks about emergency services in section 43, where every person has a right to emergency services, despite whether you are young, you are old, despite the color. So the emergency services are available to the people, especially, let me say, Nairobians. It's available, and policies are there, and we all agree that all policies are developed at the national government in conjunction with the counties, and we have emergency care policy for emergencies that takes care of that, and the guidelines tells us what to do and what to do next. So in this policy, I will say we have implemented this policy in Nairobi because one, we came out with a strategic plan for Nairobi as it pertains to emergency services. And one of the things that we did as per the policy is to establish an emergency coordination center in Nairobi County so that we are accessible to the public. Every person is able to reach, and you are able to reach the emergency services in Nairobi County through a toll-free number. A number that you will call anytime, 24 hours, and it is you can be able to access somebody to address your issues, and the number is 1508. It is for Nairobi County Emergency, and it serves all the community, all the facilities. They are able to call anytime, and you are able to get the services that you require. We have also went ahead in implementing the policy in having the coordination of ambulance services at that central place. And then we placed them in different regions within the sub-counties so that when there is need at a certain area in any of the sub-counties, we are able to access the nearest ambulance within that region, and we are able to see them and view which is free ambulances through the software at the Emergency Operations Center. So our people are able to reach us, we are able to help them. Also, other times they can call, not because they want to be helped to go to the hospital or what, but they have a need. They want to ask, where can I get this service? Or this has happened, what can I do? So you are told, wait, do this, somebody will be coming for you immediately. So at least we are able to be reached by the people in the emergencies. Policies are there, guidelines are there. And also we have ensured that the ambulances that are being used are equipped. They have medication, they have equipment, so that when you go to respond on the ground, you are going to help. And we believe in saving life, because about emergency services is now life is at risk, and that's what we're looking for.
We can maybe call it about an accident that has happened, or fire or something. It's entails also maybe rape cases. True?
Yes, when we speak about emergency, it's anything that is stressing to somebody's life. This includes even emergencies that occur in the house, burns in the house, somebody has collapsed in the house. So it's a cat, somebody has sustained a cat, is bleeding. So it is all kind of emergencies when we talk about emergencies. Especially the rape cases, and mainly they happen in families. And again, also, you'll find that we have gender-based violence, very common in our communities in Nairobi. It happens so much, we take care of us. And in fact, not only the county emergency ambulance that respond, we work in conjunction with other private agencies, like we have the MSF. MSF is an organization that supports us so much, especially when it comes to gender-based violence. We have also Rescue Corps, who are also working with us in Nairobi County in providing emergency services. We have St. John's, we have Kenya Red Cross. We coordinate them. We have their numbers at the Emergency Coordination Center. We have all that. So we work in conjunction. So no one should say actually about the gender-based violence they have not gotten help, because we have shared the number. They call 1508, and again, sometimes they call the national number, the gender-based violence, but the national number calls us back at the 1508 and we help. We help the GBBs here.
The next question goes to you, Charles. I know we have worked with you as a FOSI, as a stakeholder for the years that we have implemented We Lead. And you being here, you represent PWDs, and maybe I'd like to hear from you, what are some of the specific challenges that they face, maybe that the larger community might not know or understand, and then maybe what do you think the government at large can come in place to the gaps that are existing, and what the government can come in place to fix. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Madam Esther, because actually we have worked with you, especially in health facilities. Challenges for us are so many, and actually I can say even my team here can bear me witness that government is doing nothing about persons with disability. I think, Esther, in next forum to come, we need persons from these government offices, because for real, nothing is being done for persons with disability because challenges are there. As my friend, the madam who was here, Madam Faith, said that in this, it was about the safe spaces in the police station. You find that it's there, it's true, of their officers there, but this officer, there is no budget for anything to do with the person with the disability. Remember that people with disability have the right to access the rights of maybe if anything has happened to them, they have a right to go to that police station and report or even give out their grievances. But you find that Madam Esther said they have to go to some of the household just to attend for any emergency that may arise from that person with disability. So you find that government has no budget for that. Another thing is that as a person with disability, I work for CBO, that is organization. Most of us we work with NGO like you. We go to a certain facility and we say that certain facilities we need RAM, certain facilities, but government, yes, it builds hospital, it's true, but they don't consider these RAMs. Challenges iko pia. You find that most of us people with disability, we lack employment. And the Katiba, the Constitution, is clearly saying that in every government institution, there must be person with disability. I think there are percentage, I think it's 5%, but government inafanya something, nothing is there, nothing is visible. Wanaona. Sometimes it's true, when election is being done, you find that government wanasema kuwa kuna watu wale wako na disability, they need to be nominated. But then you will be shocked to find that mtu amekuwa nominated is a friend of that chairman. Enda kwa hospitali, utapata pia no sign language, as my friend alluded wakati alikuwa hapa. The same lack of information. Person with disability ni person ambao pia tunafaa tuone ile confidential, but this person with disability ana need the next party to translate ama kusema vile anasema. So challenges ziko na, but kuna zile ndogo zinafanywa. Yes, the government, I know, but still very little, unless as ile maybe we shout. But we need, if we have any forum like this one, let's have people from National Council, ama those people working, wale wanasema they work mostly from with person with disability, because we have a lot to discuss with them. Yes, asante.
Nilikuwa nauliza huyu mwenye anasomea story na HIV, nilikuwa nauliza if someone ako HIV alafu ako mtu mwenye anamjua ako hiyo status anaenda akispread, mnaweza fanyaje kitu hii?
So I'll answer the question on stigmatization. You asked that what do you do when someone knows your status, you're positive, and goes around telling each and every person. So first of all, one status is your own, and you're the one to choose whom to tell your status. And that's why we always even tell you about disclosure. You're the one to choose whom to disclose to. You've got reasons on who to tell your status. So I'll say this. Before you disclose your status to anyone, we have the 5 Ys, with 5 Ws. We have who are you disclosing to? Now, why are you disclosing to that person? How will you disclose to that person? When are you disclosing to that person? Then there's the last one, I forgot, but I'll tell. So, yeah, now where? Yes, thank you. Where are you disclosing? So, for one to go around talking about your status, if you check all the 5s, then one cannot go around talking about one's status if you're the one who decided to disclose to them. But again, it's your right not for your status not to be known by other people, if not through you. So you got a right to go and report this person. This is kind of a criminal offense. If today you go around talking about me, Dina, being positive, then I have a right to go and report you. And now we will meet in the court of law.
The good thing that she said, you can even go to the gender desk officer and report on that particular section as well. But all reports have to go through the police station.
But remember, again, when you report, you have to have evidence. Yeah, because that is what even when you go to the police station, that is what they will ask for.
I feel like all these things are where you need to say, the law is a double-edged sword. It works both ways. So we are speaking a lot about someone exposing your status and all that kind of stuff. And when you report all these cases, they're supposed to be escalated depending on the magnitude. The tribunal comes in when it has been engaged, depending on the magnitude of the situation. But also you have to know, with the person you're in a relationship with, if you disclose your status and you infect them, you're a criminal too. So that's why I'm saying it's a double-edged sword. You can want to conceal your status, and that's good. You can hold people accountable for revealing your status to anyone, and that's amazing. But if you conceal your status and then you are sexually active and then you're not adhering to your treatment, which means your viral load is not taken care of, you're equally putting people at risk.
Hello, thank you so much for the opportunity. The session has been awesome. Okay, I have a question on the person who talked about safeguarding. She talked about SOPs. Concerning that, are the public aware of the SOPs on safeguarding? And then on the policies, are people aware, the community, are they aware of the policies that are set in place to protect the LGBTI community? Because I understand to some parts, there's still stigmatization and some people still look down upon them. If these policies are there, what avenues are you using to echo the policies and to make people understand and treat them with respect? Thank you.
We are governed by safeguarding, so we have the SOPs and the policies that govern the organization. About the community, yes, they're always aware. The community starts with us, so we usually have the trainings that we give to the staff, and then we have a school, so we train the students. So we train the students, the staff, the teachers, and the interns, and then we have barazas that come in now during the advocacy now. Community is about advocacy. So we have a group that do the advocacy, that do the community work, through the barazas, through the wazee, through churches, through CHVs. So that's where everybody is aware about safeguarding and where I come from. So it is easy when not all organizations have safeguarding, but if there is an organization that is governed by safeguarding, they should have SOPs that is there and the policies that governs them. Because we also have incidents that happen in the organization. What do? You have policies. Whom will you report to? So the the staff are aware if a client comes in with a particular safeguarding issue, they'll always communicate to me. So we are three, two in the school and I'm the one in the hospital. So there's a way that we know how the staff will come and talk to you, and then we also do network with the police. I know where to report to the police. If it's about safe house, I know whom to report to. I also work hand in hand with the child protection officer in the county, so I report to them. So it is easier when you have a channel and you know whom to report to very fast.
There is the issues of LGBTQ and of course the indicators. Of course, we have the national government, as he had already said in advance, that at the level of the national government, they're the one who normally comes out with the policy guidelines, and therefore at our level, sometimes it's implementation. So for us, it's the implementation phase. Now, when it comes to the indicators that targets LGBTQ family, you find that in our system, in our normal healthcare system, that is there, down there to level 2, level 3, level 4, 5 facilities, and even up to level 6 facilities, these indicators are being determined from the national government. Of course, we normally do our recommendations, and the revising of these indicators is normally done after every 3 years. Like now, I think this year, as we move to the beginning of the next financial year, the health records and information system division level at the ministry level, they are now calling from the counties in which indicators that they feel needs to be revised. For example, for community and services indicators, of course, last time in the last revision we did, and we recommend it. Of course, you recommend, and then when it is being approved at the ministry, they are being inputted, so that at the end of the day, the service providers are able to report on those specific indicators.
For health providers, I have disability, I have a right to have sex, niko right ya kuolewa, niko right ya kuzaa. Mbona nikuja hospitali mninyime haki ya family planning? Mnanichuzia wenyewe tuchukua coil, sijui chukua 5 years why? Ama nishajifungua mtoto mmoja, because I have disability, mmenifanya CS kwa lazima. Au niambia Emily try to push the baby. Mmenifanya CS bila idhini yangu. Baadaye mnanifunga. Mbona?
To respond to a question that was raised by our colleague there, persons living with disabilities, issues of being taken for CS by the healthcare provider, and also the issues of being given family planning methods which he has not decided for. Yes, now I want to start with the family planning methods. Like each one of us here, before one is initiated a family planning method, there is the eligibility criteria that the healthcare providers takes through the client. So in this eligibility criteria, now one has to decide whether this is the best family planning method or contraception method that this client is suitable for. For example, if somebody is having multiple sex partners, and maybe you, from when you came from your house, you wanted to get IUCD, that is the coil. During the eligibility criteria, now the healthcare provider at that particular time will not be able to give you that service because of this engagement that you are in. So now when it comes even to persons living with disability, sometimes the healthcare provider can be able to see this status that you are, which is this particular family planning method that this client that has come here will be eligible for. And at that time, there is that discussion. Just is an open discussion, so that at the end of the day, one is able to agree that, of course, we have a variety of these methods, but now this is the best that is suitable for me at this particular time. So there is that discussions and open discussions, and therefore at the end of the day, there is the mutual agreement, and then one is being provided for that service. Again, when it comes for CS, again, like any other client, any other pregnant mothers, when they go to the health facility, of course, during the antenatal clinics, that visits, the healthcare provider is able to interact. This is a journey. It does not start like today, it ends in the evening. It's a journey that one travels together for the next 9 months. So during that process, again, the healthcare provider is able to see that this client this is the best option which is findable for this grant at this particular time. Again, person with disability, not relevant. So at some point you find that during the hospital visits, during the antenatal clinics, and during all the laboratory tests that's being done, and of course the physical examination that the healthcare provider is able to do, is able to make that decision. Again, this decisions is a mutual, is an open discussions within the healthcare provider and the grants before that service is being rendered.
I just wanted to address about the terminology that we are using family planning. Since then, it has always, we have stopped using that terminology. We use contraception because there are people who are using contraception without having families. So there is no family you are planning, but you are free to use the contraception. So the word is all contraceptives. Yes.
Eyo selector, goda lafu goda tena kwanza chuma stingoni.
Nabadilisha. Let the music play. Only good vibes all the way. Don't be shy, just wind your waist. Yeah.